You thought she was just emotional, but every silence, every tear, every compliment was a calculated move. You were never playing the same game. Welcome to the invisible game of control. This isn't about hate. This isn't about blame. This is about awareness. Because once you see how the game works, you don't get played again. Chapter 1. Emotional guilt. The subtle knife. She doesn't need to shout. She doesn't need to threaten. She just withholds approval, and you feel like a villain. A simple sigh, a sad look, a quiet, "It's fine." And suddenly you're apologizing for things you didn't even do. This is guilt-based manipulation. It works because you've been trained to fix, to comfort, to chase emotional peace at your own expense. But here's the truth. Guilt is her leverage, and the moment you start negotiating with guilt, you've already lost the frame. She thinks she's in control, but you already planted the idea before she even spoke. This isn't romance. This is dark psychology. Inside this book, you'll discover how to influence her emotions, shape her behavior, and dominate her desires without saying a word. But power like this comes with consequences. Read it if you dare. It's in the first comment, and it's not for the faint of heart. Chapter 2. The power of withdrawal. One of the most powerful tools in her arsenal is silence. Not peaceful silence, but strategic silence. She pulls back, stops texting, goes cold, and you panic. You double text, you over-explain, you beg for clarity, and she watches. She's not evil, but instinctively she's testing. How much control do I have over his emotions without saying a word? Every time you react, you confirm her power. And the worst part, she may not even be conscious of it. It's primal, it's instinctive, and it's devastating to weak men. Chapter 3. Weaponized vulnerability. You see the tears, the trembling voice, the sudden story about her past pain. And you go soft, you lower your guard, you question yourself, you compromise your standards. But here's the dangerous part. Sometimes that vulnerability is real, and sometimes it's tactical. It's not always deception, but it is manipulation when used to bypass accountability. When you start protecting her instead of protecting your own frame, you've already given her the steering wheel. Chapter 4. The invisible game. This game has no scoreboard, no rules, no buzzer that tells you when you've lost. But the signs are everywhere. You feel constantly wrong. You overthink every word. You walk on eggshells. You sacrifice your values for harmony. She never told you what to do. She didn't need to, because now you police yourself. That's how invisible control works. Not with force, but with subtle, psychological gravity. Chapter 5. How to reclaim the frame. The only way to win this game is to stop playing on her board. Stop reacting to emotion. Start responding with principle. When she goes silent, you stay calm. When she guilt trips, you hold your ground. When she cries, you listen, but never abandon your standards. You don't argue. You don't explain. You simply lead with stillness, presence, and purpose. She'll feel the shift. And if she respects you, she'll follow. If she doesn't, she'll resist. And that's your answer. Final chapter. From manipulated to master. You are not her enemy. You are not her savior. You are a man. You're not here to control her, but you are here to control yourself. And when you do that, when you master your emotions, your boundaries, your presence, you become untouchable. Not because you're cold, but because you're conscious. She can't guilt you. She can't bait you. She can't bend you. Because you've left the invisible game and entered the realm of silent dominance. That's where respect begins. That's where control is reclaimed. And that's where the real man rises.